That's all Elon Musk posted on April 15th. Congrats to the Tesla AI chip team. No stage, no crowd, no leather jacket. Just 5 words, and Tesla's stock jumped 8% in one day. But here's what nobody told you. That post wasn't about a chip. It was the opening move in a plan to build the most ambitious factory in semiconductor history. A factory that, if it works, makes Nvidia's entire business model look fragile. Here's what's actually happening. Tesla just announced something called Terafab. And Terra is not an accident. Elon Musk literally said, "It's like Giga, but way bigger. Here's what it is. A chip fabrication facility being built right next to Gigafactory Texas in Austin. Not a design lab, not a server farm. An actual chip factory where silicon goes in and AI processors come out the other side. Initial investment? $20 to $25 billion. Long-term projected spend across all phases? $119 billion. That rivals the combined U.S. investments of TSMC and Intel, 2 of the biggest chip companies on planet Earth. And the target output? 1 terawatt per year of compute? That is roughly double the entire current chip output of the United States. Ground started moving at the Austin site in April. Less than 4 weeks from announcement to visible construction. This is not a PowerPoint. This is already happening. To understand why Nvidia needs to pay attention, you need to understand what Tesla was spending. Tesla was one of Nvidia's biggest customers, not just buying automotive chips for cars. They were spending billions of dollars on Nvidia's H100 GPUs to run the data centers that train their self-driving AI. Each H100 cost $30,000. Tesla was buying thousands of them. That revenue? Gone? Tesla just completed the design of their AI5 chip. One AI5 delivers the same performance as a $30,000 H100 for a fraction of the cost, and it runs on 1/3 the power. Musk said it himself. Tesla won't buy Nvidia chips, not even if offered for free. But here's where it gets worse for Nvidia. Tesla isn't stopping at building a chip that replaces the H100. They're building the factory to mass-produce those chips domestically, at a scale nobody else is attempting. When you own the chip and the factory that makes it, you don't just leave the table. You flip the table. Now here's the detail that almost every tech channel missed this week. On April 7th, Intel joined Terafab, not as a supplier, as a manufacturing partner. Intel is bringing its most advanced chip-making process, called 14A, to the project. Intel CEO Lip-Bu Tan had literally warned publicly that Intel would walk away from chip manufacturing entirely without a major outside customer on that process. Tesla became that customer. Think about what that means for a second. With one partnership announcement, Elon Musk potentially saved Intel's entire foundry business. And in return, Tesla gets access to cutting-edge American chip fabrication without having to build the expertise from scratch. This is the part that makes Terafab real, not just a vision. Because Tesla's biggest vulnerability was always, can they actually build a fab? Chip factories take 5 to 7 years and require decades of specialized engineering knowledge. Intel has that knowledge. Tesla has the demand and the money. Together, they have something genuinely dangerous. So, what does a chip factory in Austin actually mean for you? Right now, nothing yet. Terafab won't reach volume production for years, but here is the trajectory. By mid-2027, Tesla's AI5 chip enters mass production. Optimus robots start deploying at scale. Tesla's self-driving Cybercab hits streets, powered by chips Tesla designed, built by manufacturers Tesla controls. By 2027 and 2028, Terafab begins initial fabrication. The supply chain that was once dependent on TSMC in Taiwan and Samsung in Korea starts shifting to Austin, Texas. And every robot, every self-driving vehicle, every AI cluster in that ecosystem runs on silicon that Nvidia had no hand in making. That is the actual threat. Not one chip, not one product launch. A vertically integrated empire, chip to software to vehicle to robot, that Nvidia cannot buy its way into because it was built from the inside out over a decade. Apple did this with the iPhone in 2007. Then again with the M1 chip in 2020. Every time, the industry watched the announcement, shrugged, and went back to the spreadsheets. Every time, 5 years later, the industry asked itself, how did we not see that coming? Right now, in June 2026, there is a construction site in Austin, Texas. It doesn't look like much yet. But if Elon Musk's plan works and the concrete is already being poured, it could be the most consequential square footage in the history of the chip industry. Is Nvidia prepared? Drop your answer below. If this gave you a perspective you haven't seen, subscribe. Because this story is just getting started.